It's a matter of real-time learning. The AI can learn from the joint expert and incorporate the new knowledge in the knowledge base.
You've hit on something really key there.
Absolutely. That's precisely the idea.
The source material touches on this.
It mentions that the AI would listen in.
And put the professor's explanation into its database.
So it's constantly building its knowledge.
A much more dynamic system, as we say.
This continuous learning is so powerful.
It means the AI gets more capable over time.
And more effective at handling inquiries.
Exactly, reducing the need for human intervention.
This really highlights the power of continuous learning.
And how it aims to automate initial conversation.
Freeing up experts for more complex cases.
So that number could connect you to an AI.
One that's handled countless similar inquiries.
Providing increasing... Oh, yeah.
And not only one expert, but a video conference of multiple experts getting their consensus on new issues.
That's a really interesting expansion of the idea.
Okay, let's unpack this further.
The transcripts do touch upon the value of collaboration.
Yeah, like different university departments working together.
Finance with FinTech, healthcare with related fields.
The idea of offering secondary appointments to bridge knowledge.
So bringing in multiple experts for the AI to learn from.
That could create a really rich and nuanced knowledge base.
The AI could potentially synthesize different perspectives.
And identify areas of consensus or new points of discussion.
Like the AI becomes a central point for collective intelligence.
That's a fascinating thought.
Now thinking about managing our digital world.
Shifting gears to handling online files effectively.
The transcripts highlight understanding cloud storage.
Knowing the difference between Google Docs and shortcuts.
Such a simple thing, but it avoids so much confusion.
And the suggestion to use mirroring for local access.
It's one of those practical tips that makes life easier.
Paying attention to these everyday digital details is key.
It shows a commitment to efficient workflows.
Let's briefly touch on personal finance as well.
The call to fidelity regarding exchange-traded funds.
It really shows the complexity of financial products.
Getting straightforward answers can sometimes be a burble.
Which underscores how vital financial literacy is for everyone.
The caller's clear goal was the security of their savings.
The Fidelity representative suggested using an ETF screener tool.
That's a very useful resource for those exploring ETFs.
And the conversation about...
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
Also, the problems of silos in a large company like Fidelity, that one hand doesn't know what the other hand is doing.
That's a really insightful observation.
Okay, let's unpack this a bit.
You're right, the interaction of fidelity does highlight that potential issue.
The initial representative had to transfer the call.
And even then, the next person still needed basic information.
It can definitely feel like there's a lack of internal communication sometimes.
That experience resonates with what the caller expressed.
Their frustration with repeat... Oh yeah, let's hear it.
And the customer pays by wasting their time talking to 10 representatives, one of which doesn't know what the other one got, and they don't share information.
That's a really valid point.
It definitely sounds like a frustrating experience.
The caller in that transcript certainly felt that way.
Having to repeat information multiple times.
And not getting a clear answer promptly?
It really Oh, back to our listener. What's
like,
up?
Repeat your name for 10 different representatives. Instead of them transferring the information from one rep to another, they force the customer to repeat it 10 times.
That's precisely the frustration that came through in that call.
It really underscores the value of well-informed representatives.
And it connects back to our earlier point about AI.
How AI could potentially handle those initial interactions.
Providing a consistent experience without repeated questions.
It could definitely streamline things and improve satisfaction.
The transcript also touched on the specific tools mentioned.
Like the ETF screener that was suggested.
A helpful resource for navigating complex financial products.
And the conversation around potential committing fees.
It's so important to be aware of all the costs involved.
We also saw the use of steps recorder in the materials.
For creating a very detailed log of digital activity.
This meticulous record keeping is quite notable.
Showing a dedication to tracking various projects.
Almost like building that blockchain of file names.
But even with such detailed documentation,
technical hiccups still occurred, as we saw.
The details include every screenshot and every keystroke, especially non-displayable or non-visible keystrokes, like function keys and Control-C and control function keys or Alt function keys.
That's a really interesting level of detail.
It highlights the thoroughness of that recording method.
Okay, let's unpack this. It's more than just what you see.
Exactly. The steps recorder captures all those background actions.
Those commands, Control-C or hitting function keys.
The things that aren't visually obvious on the screen.
So the documentation is incredibly comprehensive.
It gives complete picture of the digital process.
Even those non-visible actions are part of the record.
Which could be really valuable for troubleshooting later.
A good reminder that technology isn't always perfect.
Yet the effort to document is definitely a proactive step.
Overall, this collection gives a really broad picture.
Covering technology, AI, finance, and careful documentation.
Even everyday physical tasks offered moments for learning.
Showing a real drive to understand and improve.
Whether tackling tech issues or exploring AI's potential.
This active pursuit of knowledge is quite inspiring.
AI in both education and business opens up huge questions.
Beyond just doing tasks, how will AI fundamentally change things?
What new skills might become essential in this evolving landscape?
The challenges we saw also remind us that innovation isn't always smooth.
It often involves experimentation and constant adjustments.
We hope this deep dive has given you some food for thought.
What were some of your key takeaways today?
It's been a really fascinating conversation for us.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us.
We truly appreciate you joining our podcast today.
Okay, so now we can make it smaller, and this is basically the end of the current session. What we saw is a notebook LM and a summary starting from Miami Beach Pride Festival and media transfer from multiple cameras into the computer, and then from there uploading it to YouTube, and simultaneously streaming it on multiple recording. So now I'm going to check out the playback of these various recording methods, starting with Loom. I'm going to stop the recording on Loom and play it back and document it in my notes. I'm going to snap the URL of Loom and then wait and then paste it into various notes. The notepad, edit, paste, and even more importantly is the WordPad, because the WordPad retains the hyperlink, so the user can simply click on it and pull out this specific Loom session. In the meantime, I'm ready to play back Loom, so I'm going to press the button. Let's hear the quality of the playback of this Loom recording. I'm pressing the playback button, and I will play it at a 2.5 speed. This is 2.5x. The recording took about 12 minutes. Let's hear a sample to verify that it works.
Finally starts working. In addition to that, I want to run this problem step recording. So this is another recording software. Before I start it, I want to examine the number of recent screen captures to store is set up to 999. And then I click OK to start recording. And before I continue any further, I want to click the new recording button. And then as soon as it starts, I want to add a comment to the video file name from NSN Recorder Next. And the one thing about it is my video, the date, and the time that entered. So it is automatically recording the date and the time. I click OK, it starts working. And then I want to open a notepad so I can put in the details of this activity and document it in the notepad. I'm going to turn it.
I suspended it because it looks perfectly good. I paste a comment from my notepad file and then paste the same. I click the add summary button and paste my notes as a summary. So now I have my notes pasted one time as a comment, one time as a summary. I click the plus add chapters, and I have to click the save button to save the 3 chapters. The first being in 0 seconds, the second being after 20 seconds, and the third being after 30 seconds. So save it and then add tags. So after I press the number symbol and the button that is labeled add tag, a pull down menu appears with multiple tags. So I'm starting from Gen A, the first one, then artificial, the second one, then a lanyard, the third, remote, plain, intelligence, inspection, videos, and site. And that concludes the 10 various name tags. So now I can minimize it and go to the next recording and deal with that. The next recording is going to be my webcam Max that I need to deal with because it is still running, it's still recording. I'm going to the top there and I'm going to tap the stop button and try to check it by playing it back.
And as you see, the counter starts running. That means that it is working. Next one I will try to run is Cyberlink.
That also works. Cyberlink doesn't work. I will have to install it again. And finally, the last but not least is that MSN Recorder Max. I'm going to stop it first. I'm not going to upload it, but click the play button and try to play it back.
Put this MSN Recorder Max on the right lower corner of the screen, and I want to add a few more recording methods. So one of them is going to be MSN Recorder Max, which is a webcam software, and it enables me to record the screen and so on. One portion of it which I do not like to run is the add effects pane. This add effect pane and start recording. Notice that this is a 360 J5 Crew 360 webcam, which I'm starting to record now. The hardware is the J5 Create